Howdy there, it's episode 93 of my blind RS3 Ironman playthrough. Today we're doing several mini-quests, Civil War 1 through 3. I'm not going to bother summarizing those because they're basically just go complete an achievement and then it's done. And then we're doing Succession after that, so let's get to the episode. Infernal Puzzle Box Tier 2. Okay, so then we have to do 10% damage reduction in the wilderness, 5% increased damage dealt to monsters. Huh. I guess once I do these next three quests, Civil War 1, 2, 3, and Succession, I guess we're caught up. I started playing the game right around the release of Unwelcome Guests. Unwelcome Guests came out in April of 2023, and I started playing RS3 in May of 2023. So yeah, we're getting caught up here. I did all of these back to back just because it was really useful to have access to Fort 4 and 3, especially for construction training early. So we're going to be back in Necromancy for the first time in an extremely long time. Let me do these mini quests, though. Speak to Adrestaya. Are we just talking to Adrestaya from now on? Is that, like, our thing? Sure, what's up? Must complete the gross misconduct achievement. She's not bad once you get to know her. Okay. Just northeast of Edgeville. Got it. And Dimitri's in red now? Love your hair. Sardonic Zamorakian cultist. Aaron Dint, stolid pig farmer. Anagram. Okay. I do like that she made the joke about I'm not going to just give myself an anagram name, and then she does it anyway. Okay. Got recording devices. I've already killed a large number of demons in the wilderness recently. What a little overachiever you are. Okay, I guess that the quest is basically just do the achievement. And then you get some story. Any luck the demons got her. Cease this childish squabbling. Oh, hey, this guy. I haven't seen him in a minute. I hated that quest. The Zamorak heist quest. These are the vampires. Okay. I feel like the whole let's go overthrow the vampires is a fun idea. I wish that Venescula hadn't been at Saren's council. It felt really stupid. Kraken was killed years ago. Okay. I understand now. All right. So now do I talk to her to get the next one so I don't have to walk all the way back to her? Adrestaya? Speak to Anne Dimitri. Okay. Complete walk on the Wildy side. I think I did that one too. That was the one. That was your proof that I've never done a Wildy reward sack before because I got that achievement for getting my first one ever. Where does it want me to go? Look it up. We're talking to these two. Oh, this is for the wilderness events. Okay. Of course. I've already completed a large number of encounters in the wilderness. By large number, I mean literally one. I don't care. Bell rocks. Okay. How went your diplomatic approach? Still a lot of murder involved. They have multiple different ways for us to see recordings of events like this. You can also just like check out their leaking memories. Maybe vengeance got him. Vengeance? That's cool. Talking about Moya. How are you doing that? Forgotten. Oh, no, they are talking about the Forgotten Warriors in the depths of Demonheim. That's right. I always confuse that quest with the Moya quest. Still walks the wilderness to this day. Oh, are they telling the different possible stories depending on the choices you make in the quest? That's cool. Whoa. That's neat. This is like many years, like almost 10 years later, we're bringing Vengeance back. Okay. Well, that was horrifying. The Samrak of the Chase Lounge rumors are true. That's your primary takeaway from this? Okay. One more. My update is that there is no update. Group of druids investigating and revitalizing the Caridian Desert. Place of cultural significance to me. Well, I did do a ton of that, right? That's... like getting all of the planting upgrades for farming. I did that forever ago. While I'm running over there, looking at the upgrades here. Damage reduction in the wilderness. Increased damage to monsters. Adrenaline doesn't drain out of combat, which I think makes it so that persistent rage is slightly less good, but I don't know. It's still really helpful to just always be topped off and to be able to use it to heal in certain events. I might swap off of persistent rage eventually, but still pretty useful right now. And I guess once I finish Succession, this just gets added to my tool belt. Unfortunately, the one I just unlocked is Brawling Gloves, give 25% extra experience. I don't think I'm even allowed to use Brawling Gloves as an iron. Politics, great name. How's it going? Green and herby? Go back to Trentine. Okay. All right. Did one of my more unorthodox requests. Does seem like maybe it's just because they added it and they wanted to like point people to it in some way. Get a lot of value out of this archaeology place. All right, backstabbing Krill. That's why I don't recognize her, because I've barely done any Twin Furies. Actually gonna get rid of Krill after all this time. Turn my sister's soul. Not yet. Okay. Civil War is over. That was quick. I think Succession also rewards me with the ability to just dive whenever without needing bladed dive, which would be convenient. It's like I can't do it on necromancy otherwise. After the coronation. Okay. I guess she's the one in Succession.
I am soon to be crowned. It is a burden I do not take lightly. As Basilissa, it is my duty to see that the kingdoms are protected. Right now, there is one looming threat that haunts me, that threatens us all. The Civil War is over. Bilrak won. The demons, defeated, fell in line and joined the ranks of his army. Bilrak is in a position to launch a full-scale invasion, but it is not enough. The powerful always crave more power. He greedily seeks more ways to expand his influence and cement his dominance. Even now, he gathers his forces and spreads out across the world in search of something. Lost magic, an artifact. Whatever he is trying to do, it represents a terrible threat to the rest of the world. We must stop him. We must put an end to his reign before it begins.
Okay. It's really weird to pick Bill Rock of all characters, because like I feel like the quest that led us to Bill Rock had him like on the edge of death, right? Surprised they didn't go with Zamorigal. Duty. Yep, sure. Do you look forward to ruling? I'll ask these questions. We're trying to do character-driven stuff here. Duty. Really like books. Do not think unkindly of my father. Sorry. He and all the other gods suck and were bad for the game, so I will always hate them. Let's continue. Continue Succession, yes. An ancient prison now abandoned. Okay. Okay, she wants to be an archaeologist, or she is an archaeologist. It's kind of cool to have this forced perspective where I can't move the camera. I did like most of the Fort Forens requests. I think that the Raptor reveal was clumsy, but other than that, I think they were doing some cool stuff with it. Look at all these. Okay, this is from the Zamorakian Undercity, I see. Okay. 5. Ancient Zerosian architecture. Shadow magic. Okay, that looks like the thing that Trindine was trapped in. You have very few positive uses of shadow magic. Something else here I'm supposed to be able to do? I don't see any marks. Must be some other interactable that's missing here. 1 second. Finally found it. What I can tell, it went down like this. Doing more of these playing as another character scenes. I think I do like these. I really can't take General Kazard seriously. He's such a joke in his original quest. Ritual marker. Find these feckless hicks. Okay. This is really weird. Oh, I see. This is really weird. Are they really making me move these guys like this? Okay, I get the puzzle, but it's weird to have Kazard doing this. I guess I don't hate it, but it is extremely strange. Crush adjacent guards with this crate? Yes, ha 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 ha. Oops. Kazard was this petty and cruel, he'd be poisoned by his own soldiers within the year. Alright, you got me. General Kazard isn't a murderous, cackling overlord whose hobbies include pushing puzzle blocks with his mind, but go with it. I actually like that. I think that's good. Okay. And we just get this out of the way, right? This can go left. Okay. Yeah, they don't need the ritual markers anymore. Oh, Menifos. All right. Yep, ready to move on, sure. Okay, sure. Okay, so we're popping in the Grand Library here. Yes. There she is. Could stay here for weeks. Nakro is here. Okay. Oh, do I have to like go to the different floors or something? I see. How is it possible that this quest only requires Civil War 1 through 3 and Daughter of Chaos? Doesn't it technically require Menifos access? Maybe there's a way to like not have to do this or to get teleported here. Terra Guardian Magister. Are my father's people. Terragard is Earth, basically. Okay. The corruption. I'm trying to set up a masket here. Great. Okay. Necromancy is stable with the Zamorakian forces. It seems like we're reading books on like the next 3 content updates. It means to be undead. What happens to trapped souls? Travel to the Magister's Chamber. Oh, I guess this is if I didn't have access to it normally, because I also would need to have access to the Soul Altar, which is a lot of Menaphos quests. I don't know who the Magister is. Okay. Magister is indisposed. Oh, and there's like clues here. Necromancy. Yeah, they are setting it up. All right. Well, I think I don't really like when they do this sort of thing where they're just constantly trying to set up their next project. It reminds me of like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just constantly having phases and needing to schedule everything out 4 years in advance. But having talked about Marvel a lot, because I think the closest analog for RuneScape 3 story is comic books, right? Marvel did that much better than DC did, right? DC was constantly just trying to speed run and get to the next good thing. They weren't willing to spend the time to set it up. So a lot of the DC movies were like absolute ass, especially under Zack Snyder. I think a lot of RS3 feels like Zack Snyder DC slop, right? Whereas the Marvel's not perfect. They have a lot of problems. And like I said before, it's like, the bare minimum of storytelling. At least they were competent with it for until the end of Avengers Endgame. And this feels a little bit more like that. Like this is like competent setup for, necromancy. Okay, I guess there's still another thing to do here somewhere, question mark? Oh, there's fragments of an obelisk here. Okay. Travel to the Soul Altar, which I haven't actually visited. Scorch marks. Discover the soul. Digging pieces of the soul altar. Or something else here? Oh, there's a ferret. A cat. I see. I see many things. Didn't make me bring the cat speak amulet. Boo. Woman made of metal. I'll happily get an A to run everything you're wearing and carrying to your bank. Well, that's helpful. Okay, that's fine. Don't have room for all my shit. I can destroy that safely. Hold on, I have to go. I've got all this bank shit that I have to do now. Still paycheck to paycheck on bank space. I never paid for new slots, and now it's like I've gone so long without doing it that I can't now. Ugh, I think in leaving to go bank stuff, Adristea stopped following me, so I'm gonna go try to find her again. I was really struggling to find Adristea. She wasn't at the throne room. Here we go. To your backpack to continue. Sure. Wonder why they bothered with that when I didn't need to do that for the... Oh, hey, it's the Vengeance character again. Magister. They didn't need to do that when I was doing the previous quest when I was playing as Moya. Must be a... This is like a level 115 Slayer boss. I had to look it up. All right. Adventurers calling themselves a world guardian because they were in the right place at the right time. You all bring bile to my throat. I have no spells nor fancy enchantments. No demon packs guide my hands. Okay. I have to switch to, can I use like melee abilities? Yes, but I have to manually swap to them. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, what are they expecting me to be able to do here? I don't have any food. Surprised they didn't just like move this into legacy combat. Definitely gonna die here. Oh, hey, I won at the last second. Okay. I yield. Associate Jared, okay. Working for Bill Rock. Ready to move on. Hey, talking to her again. To walk all the way here to talk to her. Oh, hey, Undine's here. When have I ever lied to you? Repeatedly and at length. Yeah, good luck. Imprisoning her? How's that gonna work? She's a demigod. The mage arena? Okay. Can't smuggle Demonheim armor out from the dungeons. Tootled around the wilderness. Demonheim ore found its way to the surface. Oh, weird. Okay. But not the stuff from the mining rework. For both of us, we're looking at 28 Argonite ore to smith what we need. You enjoy being the solution to everyone's problems. Makes you feel useful. They are trying to get away from the World Guardian stuff. Okay. Yep, let's go. Okay, here's the Argon-like rocks. This quest does require 60 mining and 60 smithing. Okay. I missed having skill requirements, right? I feel like we haven't really had quests where there's like a very noticeable skilling aspect to them. Sometimes they're like obligate divination, but yeah, go make some armor, right? That's mining and smithing, sure. All right, there's the ore. There's a furnace and the gargoyle-infested ruins between the Wilderness Crater and Demonheim. What a weird place to have to go. I don't think I've ever been here before. There's a bunch of gargoyles here. All right, I gotta make 28 Argon-like bars. I guess the anvil we're going to is near the mage arena. Yeah. Okay, here at the anvil. Each need a full set of armor. Need weapons? Throwing knives. Can you use throwing knives? Not even a little bit. Pick something else then. Okay. I like how they're just like, we're not gonna give you like an interface for this. It's fine. Only have one bar left. It's not enough for Adrastea's battle axe. Pickaxe. That'll do. Okay, I like that. All right, here's your armor. The pickaxe? Still an axe. Do some decent damage. Okay. Equip all this stuff. It's cute. Oh, that's funny. Edristea the Forgotten. Cute. Yep, let's do it. Hey, it's Vengeance. What's up? Let us prove ourselves. I stab her. I let her go. I wait for orders. Zamorak was all about chaos. Zamorak promotes freedom. Chase after them? Kill your friend. That's not a question. Refuse. All right, illegal orders. This is basically like the mage training arena. Kind of weird to use vengeance for this, but okay. Gotten mages, okay. I guess I'm allowed to use prayers here. I don't have any way to recover prayer, so I don't want to do anything too expensive. Oh, and they all drop these health orbs. I guess that's a smart way to not require food, although they really want to have everything be procure on site. I didn't mind these in the Moya mission, but I kind of like bringing food to stuff. Okay. Necrolord. These are all Demonheim enemies, I think, right? Oh, you get a full heal at the end. Gotcha. Whoa. Alright. Straight from Anachronia, is a little bit higher quality looking. Good? Okay. Whoa, don't do that. Reschedule that update. Yeah, he didn't do anything. Scuff marks. Made by someone's heels. Oh, collodion. No normal fire could have left these marks. Okay. Doing something with collodion here. I think I did Major Arena 2 on this account forever ago. Oh, hey. Hello. Talking to collodion, who still doesn't have a model update. Here for your secrets. Oh, you want my cheesecake recipe? No, I want one of your god capes. You appreciate he's not doing the Majorat stance anymore. Maybe it's just while I'm controlling him. Money? What use do I have for money? Promise me as Carnia. For any other time, I'd give you what you ask. Okay. Unique magic ability. Consume magic spells. Eat curses. Unravel ancient enchantments. That's kind of cool to try to connect it to some old thing that was already in the game, I guess. Not anima. We don't need any more anima. Okay. I guess it's just like a enemy plot we have to stop. We're not obsessing over the mechanics of the anima eating thing, I guess. Search the caves beneath the Major Arena. Okay. Modified ritual marker. Paraguardian soul sorcery. Okay, so there's a rune pouch. White dust. Oh, I see. We have to like open it first. Clever. Sharp rocks. They're trying to recreate the Monkey Island puzzles. Not remotely. Handle with care. Can I sabotage this now? What should we do? Disguise them. Okay. Other interactables here? I don't see anything else. I guess I can just use pouch of white dust. Oh, is it the pool where we came in? Okay. Soggy pouch of gray paste. Blatantly sabotage ritual marker. All right. Get you back at Falador Cap. Okay. Oh, there's a cutscene when I went to exit. Jared, Nakra, Haziel, General Khazard, Vengeance, Bilrock. Is it Morrigal?
Bilrak didn't think to inspect the marker before his ritual, and it cost him dearly. He sought the power he felt was owed to him. He dreamed of draining souls from across the world, becoming unrivaled in his power. In a world without gods, he would rule without opposition. Unrivaled, untouchable, but it was not to be. Your sabotage turned the power Bilrak summoned into the marker.
Oh, it's just like a fire rune, which is really funny.
Magic surged until the structure could contain it no longer. In a great thunderclap, the marker exploded, shattering across the wilderness like a bad dream. The power contained returned to the dirt and the soil. The shards of soul it harnessed returned to the underworld to await their afterlife. Bilrak had failed, his plan ruined, his dreams of glory shattered like the marker. In one act of sabotage, the world was safe once more. None even knew they'd been at risk. Bilrak's army remained. It was still a threat, still a terrible danger. But the infallibility of his leadership was gone. His
He's still a really
authority
weird
lost,
choice, I think.
like his dreams of dominion.
We're a good team, I guess. Okay, can I help? I've longed for an apocalypse. Okay. Have a chat with each of the guests, decide where they should be seated. I'm not the world guardian. Don't trust a Miscellanean ambassador. Okay, so this is a logic puzzle, I assume. Next to the Metaphyte ambassador. Don't put the Asgarnian ambassador next to her. Tier that counts as a Kandarian. It's just the 3? Oh, I see. Metaphyte ambassador. The ambassador from Metaphos is paranoid. I'm near an exit. And her right side. Made fun of my prize-winning cabbages. I think that's everybody. Furthest away on my left. Person who needs to be near the exit, right? I guess either end counts as being near the exit. Nearest me on my left would be... We don't want Mistalin near... Hold on. Start over. Furthest away on my left. Nearest me wouldn't be Mistalin. Indarin's probably fine. Furthest me on my right probably needs to be the person who needs a way to exit, right? That's Menophyte. That only leaves Mistalin. Be great as a diplomat. I'm good. Basilissa thing. I'm a big, powerful empress. Come say hello from time to time. Following sequence is long, fully voice-acted, and features atmospheric music and effects. Wow, that's very Final Fantasy XIV to give me that kind of a warning. Congratulations. How did we deal before Saradomin showed up?
My people, it is a heavy responsibility to wear this crown, to bear the burdens of serving you. But I do so not with fear, not with glee, but with tremendous love for you all. As I have walked the cities, I have seen compassion, joy, and kindness at every corner. I have seen the bravery of everyone from the armored knight to the tireless shopkeeper. I have visited worlds made of crystal and seen stars made of music. But in all my travels, I have never seen anything as wondrous as all of you. I promise that I shall do everything in my power to keep you safe. Everything I can to make your lives just a little bit better each and every day. I cannot do this alone, but I know that I am not. For just as I stand with each of you, so do I know in my heart that you all stand with me. Thank you. Thank you for letting me bear the burden of this crown. I will try my best to live up to it.
Right. Hooray!
Thank you. Thank you all. I have no words for a speech. What words could possibly convey the gratitude I feel right now? For your respect and your love. There is a song that is sung on Hallow. It is memorized and passed on from parent to child. Each time we add our own voice to it, to change it, to make it part of a living story. I would like to share mine with you all. as the story now grows with you.
Oh, she's singing. Although the audio balance isn't great as usual.
She returns. I can't wait to hear where in the abyss you've been!
And now I have to advance
Bilrak,
text.
did something happen while I was away? You look terrible.
Silence! You know very well what happened. If it wasn't giving you too much credit, I'd say you had something to do with it.
Me? As if you need my help to scupper your plans. No, I merely watched while two mortals brought it all crashing down, and you just let it happen.
Obstinate, conceited child! Guards! Kill her!
Okay. Alright, we're doing this again. You're supposed to have melee attacks? No, I don't think so. This is quite a bit less interesting than the first time I was controlling Moya, but okay. I guess when we say succession, we don't just mean Adrastea, we also mean Moya.
Is that all? Clearly, it's not just you who's grown weak.
Are you going to let this mongrel talk to you like that, Bilrak?
That how's the Borgal sounds?
Still with your puerile insults, Emerigal. You always were rather dull.
Sounds Zamarigal? Shit, sorry.
Keep yapping, Kerr.
I'm gonna say
If
Zamorigal, I
Bilrak
think.
won't put you in your place, I will.
I
Don't
think
like
not.
the Borgal's voice.
You,
I really don't
Marstead,
like
may
Siskay's
think
voice
yourselves
either. It never worked for
masters
me.
of soul sorcery, but you lack imagination. Observe.
Oh, that's cool.
What? What have you done?
Just a little twist on an old classic. Say what you like about us mongrels. We know how to adapt.
That's cool. It's funny to keep cross-cutting to her singing. Everyone's like standing politely as she sings. Doing more of this? Nice. Kind of wish that this was still like mechanics. Now this kind of sucks because they didn't have any new ideas for her. Infamous enemy of Varrock. Okay, that was easy enough.
Enough! Nymora, Gerard, vengeance. Destroy her. No!
She's gonna be the new leader, right? We're going for here? Already on her
Their
side.
silence speaks volumes. You failed to see their potential, but they saw you. Your weakness, your ineptitude. Your rule is at an end, old man. It is time for your crown to pass to another. One
Well, he
with
didn't
the
rule for
vision
very
to
long.
change the world.
Doesn't really have a crown either.
And this is your vision. All this destruction, all this waste. If we had combined our strength, if you had just think what we might have accomplished.
And
I like
serve as a
these
vassal
quests
in
so far.
your
This ending is kind of
stagnant
lame and
kingdom.
rushed, though.
No.
Making
I
Moya
suppose the old
the
ways
successor
die
is cool, I
hard.
guess, but
Zamorak. He would have been proud.
I think she should have been doing this to Zamorak, but that would have gotten in
So
the
be
way
it.
of our
Prepare yourself, Moya.
Edict's boss fight.
For you face one of the children of Ma.
Nukes him instantly. Still singing. It's a little long, and the fact that we keep cutting to Moya makes it seem like it's even longer than what we're seeing, which is kind of unintentionally funny. Well, that was easy. Didn't even do a... I wonder if they cut the Bill Rock boss fight. What the fuck? What was that? Something worrying. I did the paperwork. Okay. All right. Parts of it were interesting. Parts of it were pretty stupid. Now I have dive. Look at that. Fantastic. 4,000 hours too late. I guess I could have done this immediately because it has almost no prerequisites. Daughter of Chaos has no prerequisites, and then Civil War 1, 2, and 3 are all very easy. So I could have just had dive immediately. And importantly, I can add this to my tool belt now, so I don't have to think about it ever again. Beautiful. Huge milestone for me. Now I've done all of the quests that were released prior to when I started playing RuneScape 3. So I already did these quests ahead of time. all of the early Fort 4 and 3 stuff, and then all the early Necromancy stuff, and also Killyrow. So Tomes of the Warlock is going to be next, and we're going to be done soon. Kind of exciting. 15 to go. This is so annoying. All of the reroll tokens are different slots in my bank. I don't have space for this shit, man. It's really bad. Succession is the conclusion to the whole Zamorak storyline, and it's about the rise to power of both Adrastea and Moya. We spend some time trying to characterize Adrastea better, which I think is really great. I think we should have done this sooner, but better late than never. It is kind of weird that she's basically becoming Empress when we didn't have an Empress before Saradomin showed up, but whatever. I guess we're implying that Saradomin created a power vacuum that she needs to fill, and at least she's like a human being. Basically, the quest is saying, before we make her the Empress of the human kingdoms, we need to like get the player on board with her. And I think they do a reasonably good job of it. The early parts of the quest are kind of strange. You're like doing a bunch of investigation to figure out what's going on with Bilrock, and why they've like up-jumped Bilrock as the main threat now is very odd. Obviously, they want Moya to be the main threat, but the problem is Moya needs to rebel against a more interesting Majorat. She like needs to specifically rebel either against Zamorak specifically or against Lucian, and they're both gone now. I think if they had planned all of this out from the beginning, then the reasonable thing to do would be have Moya kill Lucian, right? And maybe even kill Zamorak later. But they are kind of flying by the seat of their pants here, and I don't know if they had intended on making Moya so important at this point. Like, she betrays you in Extinction in favor of Zamorak, and now she's just kind of filling his power void. I don't know. It's weird. It's fine, though. I mean, it's got a couple strange parts. We're definitely trying to make Vengeance happen again, I guess because Moya comes from the sagas and Vengeance comes from the sagas. I guess Vengeance is important because she's associated with Demonheim, and Demonheim is associated with Bilrock, although they kind of underutilize the Demonheim stuff with Bilrock here. At one point, there's a really clunky sequence where we, like, sabotage Bilrock, and they obviously knew that they wanted to sabotage Bilrock, but they didn't really have any amazing ideas for how that sabotage would work out. Adrastea has the idea to like sabotage his ritual stone with a single fire rune, which seems pretty funny that basically kills a Majorat. But that leaves a vacuum that Moya is able to fill. The ending of the quest is the kind of thing that probably sounded better on paper than it did in practice, because they record this whole song where like Adrastea is singing to the people of Gielinor from atop Falador Castle. And, like, it's cool that they did this big song. I've certainly seen video games and other pieces of art pull this off. But it's, like, punctuated constantly by you doing sequences as Moya overthrowing Bilrock. The effect is unintentionally comedic because it takes a song that's already pretty long and makes it, like, feel like it's substantially longer, because the song isn't continuing with lyrics while you're playing as Moya. But because of the way it keeps cutting between scenes, it seems like the song is like really long, and everybody in the audience is just like patiently waiting for her to stop singing. I do think having her sing is it's a neat idea, but I think it probably needed to be like, you know, a verse. I think it got away from them in the edit, and they were too excited about using this long song that they paid to record and write, you know what I mean? It maybe could have worked if it played through the Moya sequences, but then like they need to time it so that the lyrics stop at certain points. So the lyrics just kind of abruptly cut out during the Moya sections and then come back. And when they come back, we're just like watching her sing. Like there's nothing going on. We're just like seeing different camera angles of her singing to a bunch of people patiently and politely waiting for her to be done. Anyway, the quest concludes. Moya is now the leader of the Zamorak faction, and Adrastea is like Empress of the human peoples of Gielinor, because that's a thing now. They have succeeded the gods, hence the name. Fortunately, speaking as future Marstead, I'm recording this on May 9th, 2025. We haven't followed this up at all. We've pivoted into Fort 4 and 3 and Necromancy as our main story quest lately. Not because these two characters are bad. I actually like both of them substantially more than any of the gods or Majorat. But I think both Adrastea and Moya are too close to the god slop stuff. So I think Jagex is making a good decision by like leaving it be for now. Maybe they'll be doing quest follow-ups with them in a couple of years, but taking a break from all of this is a good decision, I think. That will conclude episode 93. Next week, since I already did some of the Fort 4 and 3 and Necromancy quests early, we'll be starting with Tomes of the Warlock, and then I'll fit in the remaining launch Necromancy quests. So that's Remains of the Necrolord, Alpha vs. Omega, where you fight Raziel, and that old black magic. See you next week, everybody. Bye.